Good morning. Day 254. Cooking down the refrigerator, freezer, and working pantry meals. So I'm still not running out of food. For those of you that don't know, I do pick up fresh produce sometimes, and every now and then I'll pick up a package of some kind of vegan meat to try out, or because I like it. Because I've been really lazy this summer and haven't been making a whole lot of my own vegan protein, but I'll get back to it. So today it's going to be a lovely 80 degrees again. All week it's going to be in the 80s, which is just perfect weather in my opinion. So I need to get back to a little bit closet decluttering today, or maybe I'll start in my garage. Lots of areas in my home that I can choose to declutter. So that will carry on. I'll set a timer for 15 minutes, and then if I feel like it, I'll keep going, which is usually what happens. So between the cooking and the decluttering keeps me busy. Every now and then I stop and just get in my chair, put my feet up, read a book, have a second cup of coffee. So I'm definitely not being a slave driver to myself. I suppose I could pick up the pace a little bit, but it's fine. So it looks like this morning that I put a little bit too much water in my coffee. I decided I was going to take some just loose coffee rather than a coffee pod like I used to, but now I have no room for creamer. Uh-oh. Let me taste this. I have the feeling it's strong. It looks like it is. No, it's fine, but it definitely needs some creamer. I'll start off with a little bit. Uh-oh. I could pour some out, but you know me, waste not, want not, so I'll just take a few sips and then I'll add my creamer. So still lots to do in my little world here that I created for myself, and the more I do this decluttering, the more I'm enjoying my home. It wasn't always this cluttered. When I first moved here and I was still working, everything was pristine, but over the years things have happened, and I just kind of fell behind, and I still kept shopping, so I don't do that anymore because I realize that I'm only making my life more difficult by doing that, and I want to go the opposite direction. I want to simplify everything. So that's my mission. Simplify, declutter, and cook down my freezer, refrigerator, and working pantry. But I'm not going to let it go as far as my stash. That I'm going to continue to maintain, because it's really nice if I don't feel like going to the store to just go in my pantry or wherever I keep my food there and just shop there. So I enjoy shopping at home now, and I'm not sure what I'm having for breakfast this morning. Still lots of choices in there, so I'll take you with me to the refrigerator in a little bit, and we'll see. And I'm going to work on this coffee. All right, see you in a little bit. Okay, well, today was a very low energy day for me. I've been like that the last couple days. I did manage to get some laundry done. I did like 3 loads for my daughter, a load for myself. I did manage to cook dinner, and I picked some produce, but I didn't set the world on fire today. I didn't do any decluttering at all. just wasn't in the mood. I have to be in the mood to do decluttering, or I just sort of freeze up. I don't get anywhere. So I have to wait until the spirit moves me again. But just very, very low energy. Do you guys ever have the thing where you really want to take a nap, but you really can't sleep? So you just kind of lay there with your eyes closed? It was that kind of a day today. So anyway, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, you go with it when it's like that. Especially with the, I guess it's probably connected with the fibromyalgia. I was listening to a couple of the YouTube doctors, and they both kind of say the same thing. Actually, I think I was listening to 3 of them. And they said that people have been getting really good results when they stop eating carbs and go on the keto diet. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but I'm a vegetarian and I don't want to eat meat. And the keto diet is very, very meat heavy. They suggested to either go on the carnivore diet or the keto diet and cut out everything starchy. They were saying that it's connected with your blood sugar levels, your A1C, and I forget what the other one was. But and then they said there were a few supplements too that you could take, but the biggest thing that they were pushing was for either a keto or a carnivore diet. Well, that's not going to happen, so I think at this point it's been so long since I've eaten meat, probably about 10, 11 years, and I don't really even think I could eat it. It would just not work for me. And I know a lot of you guys eat meat, and that's fine. I don't judge. But I have to do what's right for me. So they suggested you get your levels tested, your A1C, and let me look it up. Okay, it was A1C and your C-peptide. And they were saying, well, what they're discovering is the fibromyalgia. Of course, we know it's an inflammatory condition, but some of them were saying that it's actually connected with your nervous system. So a diet high in high fat and low carb. But they said no grains. What else did they say? No starchy veg, which means no carrots, no potatoes, no peas, none of that. No juice, which also means no fruit, and of course no sugar. Then they recommended higher doses of vitamin D, and I do have supplements that I take off and on, and I started taking them a couple weeks ago, and I did notice that I had a little more energy. So I'm not real good about taking pills, but I'm going to try it again and see if it perks me up a little bit, because I can't go dragging through my days like this and get absolutely nothing done. They also said you need electrolytes and iodine and magnesium. And I know a few years back I was tested and I was low in magnesium and also low in vitamin D. So I guess I have to start taking the supplements again. Now please do your own research. Don't take my word for it. This is just what I heard on the internet, and you know you can't believe everything you hear on the internet. So please do your own research. My disclaimer here is don't take my advice. Go online and do your own research. I can't remember who the one doctor was. One was Eric Berg, and he's famous. You know, he's always putting health videos out there. And I can't remember who the other fellow was, but they were both saying the same thing. And then there was a third doctor too that was saying the same thing. So it could very well be, and if I ate meat, I would totally try it. But I'm going to have to come up with something else. So, okay, that's it for now. Let's go make some dinner. And I'll be right back. Okay, time for dinner. I want to use up the rest of this coconut milk. And tonight for dinner, I'm just going to make something simple. I have this tuna helper that I bought quite a while ago. It's out of my pantry. And then I have the tuna. I'm going to make some tuna helper. So the directions are on the box. So I'm just going to use up the rest of this coconut milk, because it's been in there a while and it needs to get done. Alright, one less thing in the refrigerator. Let me see if that's 3 cups. Okay, needs a little bit more liquid. So, because altogether it's 3 2/3 cup. So right now I only have 3 cups, so I need 2/3 of a cup more. So that'll do. And then it calls for butter. 4 tablespoons. So let's see, that's about 4 tablespoons. Then I'm going to heat this to boiling in a frying pan. Okay, so I guess the easy part is you just put it all in the pan. But I'm going to add a little bit of this cream cheese, because I want to use that up too. So I'll just save a little bit for a piece of bread. But I want to use the rest of this up. And I do not want to go shopping. So, like I said yesterday, I'm really going to try really hard to not spend any money this month. We'll see if it happens. A couple days ago, I did order new hangers, the thin velvet ones. So as I redo my closets, I'm going to switch over from the plastic hangers, because those just take up too much room. So right now I'm having some tea, English breakfast tea with some chocolate creamer. It's pretty good. Now I haven't tried this with the tuna, so we'll see if it's any good. Alright, I'm going to let this heat up and I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to add this cheese packet that came with the tuna and the pasta. pasta. And then I'm just going to let it cook. Let me see, it says for simmer about 10 minutes until the pasta's tender. Okay. Oh, this cheese packet just clumped right up. Probably shouldn't have just added it all together. Oh well, I don't usually make stuff like this. Now I got big clumps around the pasta. Alright, well, I'm going to break this up. And then at the last minute, I'm going to stir in the rest of this Italian cheese because I want to get rid of it. Okay, and here is what the tuna looks like. Looks more kind of like cat food, but you taste it. Tastes okay. Alright, I'll let this simmer. Hopefully I can rescue this from the clumps. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, I have some chard here that I'm going to add to my cheese sauce. A couple nice big handfuls. Oh, here they come. All right. They like fresh produce from the garden. Okay. So we'll let that cook in there too. And then I'm going to add the tuna. And that should be a complete meal with the protein and the veggies. I think I can even add a little bit more of the chard because it's kind of like spinach, it disappears as it cooks. So I'll finish adding it all. Alright, so another couple things gone out of the fridge. But I have more chard, I just picked some today. So I have plenty for salads, more chard and more kale. Now if you want, you can add other seasonings to this. I mean, it is complete, but you can add a little bit of pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. In fact, I think I will do that because I don't think usually these things don't have a lot of flavor to me. So a little onion powder, a little garlic powder, and it's been humid here so everything is clumping up together. Alright, let this cook another couple minutes. And I had to break up all those little cheese clumps. right. Going to add the tuna. And this is probably enough for 3 or 4 meals. Now I drained the tuna a little bit because it does have liquid in there. All right. I'm going to add some pepper too. Okay. Let me see if the pasta's done. I'm going to let it cook another couple minutes so the chard gets soft. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm just going to add the rest of this Italian cheese in there, let that melt. I have another one in the fridge, but this is getting old, so I want to use it up. Alright, so what are you guys cooking today? Alright, there we go. There is dinner. Day 254. Okay. I'll be back in a little bit and plate this up. Okay, so here it is. I put a little Parmesan cheese on top too. So lots of different cheeses. So let me give this a taste. That's good when it's doctored up. I normally don't like boxed dinners like that. I actually bought that for the stash, but it got to the point where it needed to be used up. So, alright. That's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.